I've heard countless stories of people who have bought a horse and they thought it was young, and then down the line the vet comes to look at the horse and the horse ends up actually being like in its teens. And so it's very important to know how to tell your horse's age. Horses' teeth are very different from humans' teeth, and one reason for this is a horse's teeth continue to grow for their entire life, and so you can see a lot of change in their mouth just as they age. I'm going to walk through the basics of what to look for in your horse's mouth to kind of get an estimate at how old they are. And just a disclaimer, every horse is different and the climate is going to play a big role on how your horse's teeth wear. If your horse lives in an arid and sandy climate, their teeth are going to wear very differently compared to in a climate with lush grass like this. The first thing we're going to look at is the incisors, so these teeth up in the front, and it is easier to look at those, so that's why I'm going to address those compared to the teeth in the back. So first of all, a baby horse or a young horse will have 4 of those incisors, 2 on the top, 2 on the bottom. And usually newborn foals may be born with those teeth, or those teeth may come in shortly after they're born. A grown horse like Tucker here, he's going to have 12 incisors. So he's going to have 6 on top and 6 on the bottom. So you can go ahead and count those teeth and make sure your horse has 6 on the top, 6 on the bottom. If they do, that's a good sign that they are an adult. Another good age indicator is the horse's canine teeth. Not every horse will have canine teeth. You're going to usually find these in geldings and stallions. A few mares may have them, but it's rare to find them in a mare. The canine teeth show up behind the incisors, and they usually erupt anywhere from 4 to 6 years of age. So if you look in your horse's mouth and you see that they have the canine teeth, that's a good sign that they are within that age range or beyond. If they don't have those teeth and they're a gelding or a stallion, that probably means they're younger than 4 years old. Just like humans, horses have baby teeth and they'll lose their baby teeth and grow in permanent teeth. And so anywhere from 2 to 4 years of age is when a horse is losing their baby teeth and their permanent teeth are erupting. I had a young horse once and they were messing with something in their mouth, so I opened their mouth and it was a tooth. It turns out they had lost one of their baby teeth, and so if something like that happens to you, that probably means your horse is anywhere from 2 to 4 years old. One very definitive thing to look at to help gauge your horse's age is the angle of their teeth. So the way those front incisors meet and the angle of them. So they may be like this, they may be like this. The younger the horse is, the straighter those front teeth will be. And as the horse ages, that angle is going to start to go like this. And so by the time they're old, you know, their teeth may look like that even. So I'm going to show you Tucker's and tell you how old he is so you can kind of see the angle on his teeth. So Tucker is around 11 years old, and that's more of an estimated age because where I got him from, they didn't really know his exact age either. So that's just what the vet has come to the conclusion of. And so since he's 11, you know, that's pretty much in the prime of the horse's life. His teeth are going to be somewhere in the middle. So somewhere more like that, to where, you know, he's in his prime. He's not too old and he's not too young. Another thing we can look at is the Galvin's groove, which is a groove on the horse's outer incisor that starts to form when they're 10 years old. So big yawn. We're going to look at that on Tucker because he has started to form this since he's around 11 or 12 or in that age range. So this outer incisor, and it's this groove here, like that dark groove right there. And so it's about 1/4 of the way down his tooth. By the time a horse is 15, that groove will be halfway down their tooth. And by the time they're 20, that groove will be all the way down that side incisor. As the horse ages, this groove is going to start coming down the tooth. When the horse is 20 years old and they start aging past that, the groove will actually start to disappear from the top down. So by the time the horse is 25, that groove will be halfway gone from the top. And then by the time the horse is 30, that groove will be all the way gone. So that is a very good indication. Once your horse reaches 10 years old, you can start to watch that line just to kind of gauge their age. So like I said, Tucker's about 1/4 of the way down. So he is in that age of like 10, 11, 12, 13. That is probably the biggest indicator you will have when determining your horse's age. I'm here with the squishiest little pony on earth, Mr. Yoshi. And Yoshi is a little younger than Tucker. He's around 7 or 8. Once again, his age is also guesstimated because in the situation we got him from, it's just not exactly known. But one thing that Yoshi has that Tucker doesn't is he has a hook on his teeth that indicates his age as well. So from 7 to 11 years old, horses will form a hook on those outer incisors that the Galvin's groove is on as well. And so you can look for those in your horse's mouth. I'm going to show you his hook so you know what I'm talking about. So here is the outer incisor for him, covered in grass. You can see the hook on the end of his tooth right here, how it kind of goes around that other tooth. And so from 7 to 11, they're going to have that, and that hook is going to just wear down as they age. So by the time he's 11, that hook will probably be gone. That right there is a good indication that he is at least 7 years old. Since horses' teeth continue to grow, usually the older the horse gets, the longer their teeth will look. And that's just because those incisors are growing, the angle is changing, and so they will appear to look longer compared to on a younger horse. Another thing you can look into or study when it comes to telling a horse's age by their teeth are the cups on the horse's teeth. This is actually really hard to show you because you basically have to look at the horse's teeth as if their mouth was open so we could actually see the top of the tooth. And depending on the horse's age, the top of their tooth will look different, but I can't really show you that. So if you want to know more about that, you can research and look into that a little bit. All the information I've shared should be enough to kind of give you a rough estimate of how old your horse is. And so you can use these techniques and compare it with your horse. And I'd love to know how it works, so be sure to comment down below and just let us know, hey, this worked for me, this is how old my horse is, stuff like that. Being able to look at your horse's teeth and figure out your horse's age is a very good skill, especially when it comes to buying your first horse, just because it gives you a little extra tool when it's time to look at horses and determine, okay, this is the horse for me, this is what the sellers are telling me, but this is what the horse is saying. So if you are looking for your first horse and you just want to feel more confident with how to take care of your horse, I have an online course that just walks you through every aspect of horse care. It's called the Horse Care Keys for Success course, and I'll put the link in the description, or you can go to shop.equinehelper.com and check that out. If you found this video helpful, please be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more weekly horse videos.